Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about computer fundamentals, which is the first chapter of your book. If we take computer system, it contains two main parts. First one is hardware. That means all the physical devices that we can touch and feel. Second one is software. That is a set of programs, that is a set of instructions execute one after the other to maintain all the hardwares. If we take computer languages, there are also two parts. First one is low level languages and the second one is high level languages. If we take low level languages, that is machine dependent, and that is the language the machine can understand. Then instructions given using zeros and ones, because the machine will understand only two states that contain zeros or ones. And the second part of the low level language is assembly language. Here the instructions given from a abbreviative words called mnemonics instead of zeros and ones. This contains some commands to execute the assembly language. Here we need a translator called assembler. Let's see what are the commands using assembly language. LD, that is used for loading the program. LD is simply for load. Second one, move, MOV, that is used to moving data from one place to another. Add is used to adding data. So these are three basic commands using assembly language. If we take assembly language, it contains some commands. Once the computer gets this command, it cannot understand, then the assembler will translate these commands into machine language, that means zeros and ones. Then only the machine will execute these programs. If we take computer language, we knew that there were two parts. One is low level, which have we completed, and the second one is high level languages. Now let's see what is high level language. These are written using simple English, that means English like words and the special kind of symbols. This is very similar to English. So this is an easy to understand rather than the machine languages. These languages are used by programmers only. Machine cannot understand these high level languages. Let's see how we translate this to machine understandable language. Now there are some advantages if we come to high level languages. That is, first one is understandability. So this is easy to understand. And then debugging. Debugging means we can find errors. We can find and compile errors. And then the portability. Let's see what is portability. When it's come to portability, these programs are machine independent. So programmers do not require details of understanding the hardware to write programs. So programs written for one computer can be executed on any other computer with minor changes or no changes at all with these high level languages. So now let's see what are the examples for high level languages. There are a lot of high level languages used in day-to-day lives. So one is BASIC, Fortran, Pascal, C, C++, Java, a mainly used high level language, and Python, Visual Basics, also known as VB, and PHP. This language is used to develop web pages. Perl, Ruby, Delphi, Prolog, and this ECMAS script. So now we are moving to a new topic, binary number system. If we take binary number system, that is the number systems computer can understand, as we have learned in the machine language also, it consists of only two numbers, zeros and ones. There can be only two options, 0 or 1. In binary number system, we have only zeros and 1. If we talk about further, let's say on and off, that is equal to 0 and 1. If the switch is on, then we can say that is 1, and the switch is off, that we can say that is 0. So once the switch is on, that means if it is 1, then the light will light up. If it is 0, light will switch off. If we take binary number systems that the number system computer will understand, it has only two options, 0 and 1. If we take decimal number system, the number system we use decimal number systems to do our calculations. It contains 10 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. All the other numbers are combination of these 10 digits. If we take decimal number system, there is a space value called power of 10. And if we take an example, these are the decimal values. If we take this example 256, it comes like this. 200 comes like 200 in 100 into 2. 100 means 10 to the power 2. So that specifies a power of 10. Like that 50 comes from 5 into 10. That means 10 to the power 1 into 5. All the numbers are come with specific power of 10. Then these numbers will add together to get the final decimal number. If we take binary number system, there's a place value comes from 2 to the power like that, and unit of information are expressed as multiples of byte. We told that only we have two options in binary, 0 and 1. So one digit we call byte. Examples: if we take these numbers, so these are binary numbers. We can convert these numbers, decimal numbers, into binary as we see in these examples, and the place value which comes from this 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, like that. So we get all the combinations with this power of 2. So these are the measurements in binary number systems. This how it goes. You have this in your book. 1 kilobyte is 1024 bytes and 1 gigabyte is 1024 megabyte, like this. You will have this chart in your book. Please go through this. Now let's see how to convert decimal numbers into binary numbers. Step 1. Divide the decimal number by 2 repeatedly. Write the remainder on the right hand side of yours. Then continue this process until you reach 0 Cartier. Finally, you read the number from the bottom left corner from up to up. You start from the bottom left corner and go up. Let's see an example how to convert this 17 decimal number into binary. This is how it goes. You divide 17 by 2 and the remainder is 1. Then you divide that 8 by 2, then the remainder is 0, you get 4. You divide that by 2, then the remainder is 0 and again you get 2. 2 divided by 2, it's 1. No remainder is 0. Then you write the numbers from your left hand side from bottom to top. That is 1 0 0 0 1. So decimal 17 equal 10001 in binary. This is the second example. We are going to convert decimal 20 into binary. This is how it goes. You divide this 20 repeatedly until you reach 0. Then you write from the bottom to top. This is how it goes. Decimal 20 equals 10100 in binary. Now let's see how to convert binary numbers into decimal, the other way around. So first give a position value to every digit in the binary number. The position value is in power of 2. Now we have told that when it's come to binary, the power will come power of 2. Then the step 2, multiply the digit in position value. And the final step, add all these multiplied values together. Let's see how it happens with an example. Converting this binary into decimal. Binary 1011001 into decimal. This is how it happens. You write the binary number and then you give the place value starting from 2 to the power 0. 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, like that. You start from your right hand side to left hand side. Then multiply that power of 2 value with your binary number. First one will come 2 to the power 0 means 1. 1 into binary 1. Then you add the second one, 2 to the power 1. That means 2 into binary 0. So you will get 0 there. Like that you write the numbers. To convert this decimal number into binary, finally you get 89. And the second example, binary 1011 into decimal. This is how it happens. I have explained it in a different way with comparing to the first example, then you will understand better. If we take your right hand side 1, it is multiplied by 2 to the power 0. Then the next digit 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 1. Then next digit 0 multiplied by 2 to the power 2. Then there you get altogether 0. So if you add these numbers together, you are not going to have any value in this third position from your right hand side. So you will get 13 in decimal. Now let's discuss some questions. Question number 1. What is the base of binary number system? We have learned that is 2. Question number 2. What is the base of decimal number system? I hope you all know that is 10. Question number 3. In binary number systems, digit 0 and 1 known as bit, byte, binary digit and base, that is binary digit. Question number 4. When converting decimal to binary, we have to divide the number by 2 repeatedly until you reach position value, byte, 0 quotient and 0, that is 0 quotient. When you converting binary to decimal, we have to give a value to every binary digit. This value is known as position value, byte, base value, binary value, and the answer is position value. And I hope you all had a great time with me. You all had a knowledge about the computer fundamentals and the number systems. I hope you all enjoyed the lessons. So let's meet up again soon. Thank you very much, children.